PMI, what is it and how do you trade it? Let me tell you. What up, folks? It's your boy Ed Cat coming at you with another video, and today we're talking about PMI, Purchasing Managers Index, everybody's fourth favorite news event to trade. So before you go full mugging,
I'm going in full mugging. Yeah, it's a buy, Baba. It's a buy. Check out trading view. Look at this. So my setup here. Bona. Full mugging.
and blow your account, let's figure out how to trade it. So PMI is an aggregated index score of all the large companies and businesses within a country and their outlook at what the previous month's economy has been like in their experiences. It's divided up into two scores, one for manufacturers, which is slightly less important, and one for services, which is the most important PMI index score. PMI is known as a leading indicator because it normally gives you the first signs as to what an economy is going to be like in the foreseeable short-term future. You're aggregating the experiences of all these high-level industries, and their experiences tend to be a leading indication of what the rest of the economy is going to be like in the near term. So the PMI is an aggregated index resulting from a survey given to purchasing managers for large businesses and industries within the country. It is a score from 0 to 100, a score above 50 normally indicating a good run for the economy, and a score below 50 normally indicating that the economy might be in some trouble. These managers base that score on certain aspects of their individual businesses. Did they need to hire more staff? What was the cost of manufacturing? What was the cost of goods and services? What was the demand for certain goods and services within their specific industry? These survey answers are then collected from all of these different industries and businesses, aggregated together, and that is the PMI index that we get as the headline. So you can see how if the economy is in a little bit of trouble, the first people who are going to experience it are these large industries. They're going to start making less profits. They're going to start increasing their expenses. And this is normally a telltale sign that something is on the horizon for the rest of the country. So PMI is actually a really important index and can be a very good predictor for what the rest of the news headlines for that month are going to be. So looking at the PMI data that gets released to us, we get it as a score of 0 to 100. 50 and above tends to be a sign of expansion of a currency or being very positive for that country's economy. And a score of 50 and below tends to be negative or contraction of that country's economy. So if we get a score of 50 and above, this tends to be good for the country's currency, it tends to be good for the country's stocks, and it tends to be good for oil in that country. Inversely, it tends to have a negative impact on that currency's need to have more reserves in gold. So positive for the country's currency, negative for gold in that currency. Inversely, if we get a score of below 50, this is going to have the inverse relationship. So this is going to have a negative impact on that country's currency. It's going to have a negative impact on the stocks of that country. It's going to have a negative impact on oil, but will have a positive impact on gold because there's going to be a greater demand to use gold as a haven to store wealth for that country. So as you can see, looking at whether the score is forecasted to be 50 and above or below 50 is going to give you a good idea of what the market is expecting and give you a hint as to what direction price is going to move into. Now, we have a forecasted index score and we have the actual index score. So sometimes you do get misses in what was forecasted and what ends up happening. So this can impact how price is going to move when that news release happens. But at least now you have a little bit of an insight as to what is going on and what you can expect based on the forecasted score. So that is PMI, the short of it. If you want a longer breakdown of what PMI is and how to trade it a little bit more concisely, go ahead and hit the comment section down below and let me know that is something you're interested in. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video.